Okay. There's so many other more productive things I should be doing, but I'm going to put those all aside for tomorrow and just do sort of a flip through. I'm sort of going to put in little details to myself about what to use some of these sections for. So I thought I would start with the biz. So this is the Jibun Techo biz. That's the first page, and this tripod is not. So if you get this planner, I would suggest going to Jet Pens or something and just getting a translation. I apologize for the shadows. This is an example of how to use the planner, and it is a Japanese planner, so all of the writing is in Japanese, but you can write in whatever language you want. Probably be better off just holding this. Excuse me for that. Need to get a better tripod. So this is your year at a glance. It's like most other planners, you know, you've got the current year, the previous year, the following year. Then you've got your index, habit tracker. I think technically it's a vertical Gantt chart, but you get the idea. So you've got your months, you've got your whole year laid out here. So I would use this as an index. This planner has Gantt charts, so you don't need to use this as a habit tracker. An age chart, because that's how Japanese planners are. They all have an age chart. And then my dream, I pulled out my one of my old Jibun Techos. I think this one is goals or something like that. This one is the actions. And then you can, these are broken down into different categories. So what I did was I covered up this with different functional stickers and just picked out categories. If you're, I guess even if you read Japanese, but you don't like whatever categories you have, you could also cover them up and put your own categories down. Don't limit yourself. So this is kind of like a goals page. And then the money plan. So I might be looking at this. This might be good for like conferences and stuff. And I believe it's, yeah, it's broken up by month here. And then these are different categories. And again, you can cover them up. Make your own. Let me hold this back a little bit. The Jibun Techo always comes with a map of Japan. So I guess if you live there, you could mark the different places that you're visiting or planning on visiting. If you want to go to Japan, I guess you could do the same thing. So I usually just cover this up. But if you want to go to Japan, take advantage of the Japan map. If you live in Japan, take advantage of the Japan map. And here's the map like in a smaller thing, or maybe this is an outline. I don't know what this is really. I'm being ignorant right now because I'm not sure if these are, if this is this map just smaller or if this is different islands. So I'll just be quiet on this topic. Okay, so this is an interesting concept. This is your weekly plan. You'll notice that there's no dates on it. So what you're supposed to do with this is that you would kind of plan out time-wise what your ideal week would look like. So they have spaces, you know, here. So unless you work third shift, hopefully you're sleeping, but you know, even if you work second shift, when I work second shift, I routinely did not go to sleep until about 2 in the morning, but you know, and one thing that's nice about Japanese planners is that they do go 24 hours. So if you do any kind of shift work, you're not limited. So this is where your ideal weekly plan would go. I was thinking of writing in this, but I'm probably not going to right now. I like to do this on Christmas Day. And your 100 wishes, so things that you want to do. And let me pause this for a second. Okay, when I translated it, I just wrote wish, 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 wish. And I had written things like, you know, date nights with my husband and various other things. So you can go as pie in the sky as you want. I love this one. I didn't use it much in 2024, but I'm hoping to change that in 2025. So you just, let me see, have the translation. I'm not exactly sure like what this means and what this means. Again, they have lovely translations on jet pens, but the way I used it was I just wrote the date that I found it and then wrote down what it was and the person attributed to it. So if you want to have a little bit of common placing in your regular planner, this is a good thing. Shit, if you want to just write down memes, you can do this. Nobody's judging you. Recommendation list. So let me get the translation. Okay. So you have a check mark for when you did it, and this translates to what to do and the person that recommended it. So that's good. So book list. Let me zoom in a little bit. So here is, I think that might be date, but here I had title, author, and comments and a date, and then you can have, you can put a little review there. Same thing with movies. You could do that with TV shows, and this is a good one. If you receive gifts, let me get my little translation. So you have the date, what you received, and who gave it to you. And then they have the same thing with gifts given. So hopefully it's reciprocal. Okay, this is a promise list, and let me just see. Oh, okay. So, who you promised and what you promised. So I had, in my last planner, I had that I had made a promise to my husband to plan our 25th wedding anniversary. Because even though I'm the one with the planner channel, he does most of the planning for family stuff. And this is a blank list. So you can make a list of whatever. One year I used this for submissions for my volunteer association. So I might be busting out some of my old planners just to see some of those topics and see if we want to revisit them. Then we go into my favorite. My favorite, but I haven't used it. Oh, shit. I might not be giving this to myself for Christmas. I might be using this starting in December because look, the Gantt chart starts in December. So these are going to be my habit trackers, and this is going to be more from my personal life. So you can write down what you want to track here. And if you write really small, you can do 2 things here or not. And then you can either check it off. One thing I did was like, you know, walk, and then in these boxes I would just put the number for how many miles I walked. So you could do that. And then we go into January, and they have them for the whole year. And then you have your monthly view. You have a task list for things that need to be done that month but aren't specific. Each day you can rate the day, and I'm not sure what those mean, but and then they have the months. So and it goes through, I think it goes to like, we're in March. Okay, so it goes to March of the following year. And then this starts, this starts in November. So I have a conundrum, because do I start this planner now and then leave behind my old one, or finish my current planner at the end of the year? I'm probably going to jump into the new one. Then we have the weekly views, and I've done other videos like that, but you have all these checklists. You have your day. On the ideal view, these were more spaced out, but here you have a spot to write the weather. And then you have midnight to 6 a.m. Then you've got the day. Interesting note. See how these are dark and these are light? This corresponds with daylight hours in Japan. Down here, you could do a wee bit of micro journaling, again with your little happy, meh, and sad face. Here you're supposed to write down what you eat. And then that's how the weeks go. So, I'll probably be starting this a little early. Here is the days. A lot of people are not loving the days because it's a full year, so it's a little more chunky. But let's take a look at it. A lot of these things are going to repeat, I'll be honest with you. Oh, I can write my name. And I'm not sure what that means, but same thing. We got the year at a glance. We've got our vertical Gantt chart index. And then you have my dream, that's the goal. My event. So it's kind of like a, you know, any special events that you have throughout the year. And even though this one's going to be more of a work planner, this one will, this particular section, the 100 wishes, will probably be personal stuff. And then you have just list of. So this could be a list of anything I need it to be. And it'll probably be work related. And empty list. And then with the days, the monthly view and the Gantt chart are combined. So with this one, because I'm not a big fan of monthly calendars, but with this one I'll track like any IT tickets or things of that nature that I put on here. And then this Gantt chart will be with work tasks, so I can just kind of mark them off. And any work tasks that don't fit on here, I'll just put here. And then it's the same for all of the months. And then we have next year. And then you have this, and you can make this however you want. Then you have your daily page. Typically, what I ignore the timeline. I just put my tasks here, and then I put notes here. But you could use this. You could put like one timeline for personal stuff or work stuff, or however you want. You can make 2 sets of to-do lists. That's why I love this planner. And then all the pages kind of repeat like that. So I'm calling that my planner. So that's part 1.